Yes, sir. Take a look at this, guys. Oh yeah. 19 pounds of goodness right here. Man, oh man. I can't wait. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Smoking Jazz Barbecue. And today we're going to be smoking this beautiful 19-pound brisket on this bad boy right here. The Pit Boss Platinum Lockhart. It's going to be a summertime type of brisket. It's going to be hot and fast, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So y'all stay tuned. Alright guys, there it is, straight out of the packaging, straight to the center, get it rinsed off nice and clean. And as you can see, there's a major deep cut in here. So once again, I'm not going to bore you on the trimming and the skimming of this beautiful 19 pounds brisket. All I'm going to do is trim it down to 1/4 inch, and that's about it, guys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. We got this beautiful 19-pound brisket from Walmart, which is select brisket at that. And we trimmed it down to 1/4 inch of fat. And as you can see right here, that's about 2 to 3 pounds worth of fat. So now we're looking at about a good 16 to 17 pounds of a brisket. And again, this is a select brisket from Walmart. And as you can see right now, I'm just filling for the hard fat, and I trimmed off any excess hard fat that was on this brisket just to make sure that I trimmed it off, because that hard fat is not going to render down. So as you can see, guys, the grains are running this way, and we're going to now make an indentation right here on the corner, so that way this indicates where to slice it later on down the line after we finish cooking it, because we want to make sure that we have juicy, tender, and moist brisket. So we're just going to make an indentation right here and cut the corner off, just like so. And with the corner, again, the grain is running this way. This is going to indicate for us to slice it this way. Alright guys, now that we got this beautiful brisket nice and trimmed up and also seasoned up to perfection with some Pit Boss Chop House, man, this is some beautiful stuff that I always go to. And I've just used some basic SPG. And as you can see, we got this beautiful brisket nice and seasoned. Time to put this in the refrigerator, so I'm going to let it sit for at least half an hour before I put it in the smoker. Alright guys, time to turn the power on. And we're going to open the lid. And today's wood flavor for our brisket is going to be hickory. What it says, strong and smoky. And that's what I'm after, guys. So we're going to wait for a rolling smoke to come on through. And this is what we are after. As you can see, guys, we got a beautiful rolling smoke going on right now. So it's time to close our lid. And we're going to crank our temperature all the way up to 400 degrees. Oops. And just set it at 400, and we're going to let this come up to temp. I don't know if you can see the smoke, guys, but oh man, it's smelling so divine right now. So we're looking at 402, 405 for the last 15-20 minutes, and it's just dropped down to 499. And back to 400, you can see, guys, and that's due to the fluctuation of the auger being fed. And man, take a look at that, guys. Holy smoke, that smoke is coming right through. And it's time to take a look at our beautiful 19-pound select Walmart brisket. Woo, she is looking gorgeous, man. All right, guys, so I'm gonna place this beautiful brisket in here. And we're just gonna plug this bad boy up to port number 2. Alright guys, a little side note, as you can see I got my meat pull right there in the dead center of my brisket. This is just my preference. You can do it any way you like. Some guys might place it in the flat or the point. And some guys might place 2 meat pulls, one in the point and one in the flat, just to monitor both temps. But to me, it's unnecessary. So this is just a guide for me to see where the tenderness is going to be at the end of the cook. And I'm just going to do a probe test to see how juicy and tender everything is going to be. So we're going to close our lid and let this cook for a good hour, guys. And we're going to check back and spritz it with just plain old water. That smoke flavor, that hickory smoke flavor, oh man, it smells divine, guys. This is the beginning of the summertime. We're about to embark a new chapter in our year of 2020, and man, we're cooking summertime brisket. Oh man, it smells so good right now. Matter of fact, my neighbor just came over and asked me what am I smoking today, and I told him a brisket, and he said I gotta save me some for dinner. And man, he's gonna be happy because I know I'm gonna be happy once we get to the taste testing part. Oh yeah. So guys, without further ado, let's talk about the step-by-step process of what we did so far. We took our brisket right from the package straight to the sink, and as you saw in the picture, just to make sure we clean off any excess debris that might be in the packaging itself that might contaminate our bodies. Once again, we're talking about safe eating, safe healthy foods for our bodies. So guys, all we did with the remaining moisture that was on the brisket, we patted dry with some paper towels, and you know, we didn't need no binder. I'm not using any binder. I don't have no need for binders. So all we're gonna do, guys, from now going forward, no binders, just the moisture left from the meat itself. So the seasoning part was simply done with salt, pepper, garlic, SPG, and of course I gotta stick with the Pit Boss family with some Java Chop House. Oh man, that is a phenomenal rub, guys. Oh yeah, definitely a game changer for Pit Boss with that particular rub. That's my go-to. You don't have to go in that direction, but that's my go-to rub for brisket steaks, along with, you know, Montreal steak season, but I'm not using it today. But nonetheless, guys, let's get back talking about this brisket. Now, I didn't show you on video how to trim it to a 1/4 inch of fat. And matter of fact, we took about 2 to 3 pounds off. And guys, you can search on the internet, and there's a bunch of videos that teach you exactly how to trim a brisket down to a 1/4 inch of fat. It was simple as that, guys. Man, we're gonna smoke this brisket hot and fast, and we're gonna smoke it for at least 2 hours or maybe 3, depends on how it goes, because it's a 19-pound brisket. So I'm looking for a particular mahogany brown color, and once we get to that particular color, guys, we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna add some parquet, re-season it, add a little bit of beef broth if possible, or just some water, depends on how I feel. But we're gonna spritz it each and every single hour with just plain old water, nothing else, guys. I want this to be as pure as possible. I want to taste the beef. I want to taste the texture of the beef, and no additional flavors is needed for this particular brisket. So once we wrap it, guys, we're going to continue cooking it and smoking it until we get to a particular temperature. I'm shooting for about 205, and we're going to probe it to see if it's going to be nice and tender for us to pull it off. And after that, guys, that dreadful time of resting the brisket. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to show you the rest on video and how it's done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are running at 409, and let's take a look at our beautiful brisket. Oh man, it's been 1 hour so far, and she is looking gorgeous, guys. Take a look at that. Oh yeah, man, oh man. So it's time for me to spritz it with some just regular room temperature water, and we're not doing nothing crazy to it, but just sprinkle some water on it. Or spritz, however you want to say it. She's looking really, really nice, guys. Take a look at that. Wow. Man, oh man. Alright, guys, so I'm just going to let this run for another half an hour to an hour, and then we're going to pull it off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good half an hour at this point, and then as you can see, our temperatures is still rising between 399 to 405 and back down to 403, as you can see. And our meat probe is stating that our internal temperature on our brisket is now 156 to 157. And just a little gander inside the hopper, guys. We haven't used too much of any hickory wood pellets, and it's looking real good, guys. Man, But in the meantime, let's take a look at our beautiful brisket. Oh man, take a look at that, guys. Take a look at that gorgeous, beautiful color. Oh man, that's what I'm after right there, guys. Man, take a look at that. Ooh, she is beautiful. Look, the rub stayed on. That means the rub is nice and set. So it's time for me to pull this baby off. I know the internal temperature is not at the stall zone, but for me, I'm just looking for color, and this is what I'm after. All right, guys, always use insulated gloves in order to pull your brisket off. You don't want to ruin that bark that you just set. So we're going to take the meat pump off, place it right here temporarily. And as you can see, the juices are oozing out. Oh man. So look at that, guys. Wow. That is a beautiful brisket. I'll tell you that right now. All right, so I'll meet you back in the kitchen, guys. All right, guys, take a look at a beautiful 19 or 17 pounds now select Walmart style brisket. Man, oh man, this is gorgeous, guys. Woo, take a look at that. Man, oh man, this is beautifully done. So now it's time to wrap this bad boy up. I don't know if you can see me sweat, guys, but you know, man, I'm under the shade. It's nice and hot today. Today's high is about 89 degrees, man, and I'm in front of the Pit Boss Platinum Lockhart. We already placed our brisket inside back in the grill, guys, so let's talk about what we did so far. All we did, guys, we took our brisket off, and then we wrapped it with some butcher's papers and some heavy-duty aluminum foil, and then we placed it on top of an aluminum pan. What we did is wrap that up so tightly that there's no way for any steam to form any type of pockets. That way it doesn't ruin our bark or the rubs that is already set in. We received them with a little bit of Pit Boss Java Chop House, and all we added extra was just a little bit of parquet to give it that buttery taste. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. We're gonna cook it to the internal temperature of 205, guys, and then we're gonna take it off and do a probe test to see where we're at as far as tenderness goes. And if we are at that particular point where it's nice and tender, we're gonna pull it off and let it rest for at least 2 hours. But we're gonna cook it, if it's not done, to when it is nice and tender, guys. That's the whole goal, cooking this brisket. And guys, I forgot to mention that we did turn the temperature down on our digital display to 300 degrees. And this is gonna cook to the internal temperature of 205. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we hit our target temperature. We are above 205 at this point, and we're still maintaining temp at 304, 305. And it's time to pull this beautiful brisket off. And as you can see, some of the juices has drained out of the packaging. This is why we use an aluminum foil pan, just to catch all the drippings. And guys, please do not throw that juice away. That au jus right there is definitely some goodies. Okay guys, as you can see, I took the butcher's paper off, ripped that apart, along with the heavy duty aluminum foil, and we just plugged it back. So take a look at this gorgeous, beautiful brisket. Oh man, take a look at that color, guys. Wow. Oh man, it looks beautiful. So it's time to do a probe test to see where we at. So this is the point, guys. Look at that, just like butter. And this is the flat. Oh man. As a matter of fact, let's do the probe test with the temperature reading. As you can see, we're at 207 and 206 on the point. So this is done, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rewrap this up and let that brisket rest for about a good 2 hours, guys, and then we'll come back and slice it. Oh man. All right guys, so we finally let it rest for a good 2 hours at this point, so we gotta slice into this beautiful brisket. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you some jiggling effect. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Yes sir, that's a good indication this is nice and rested and is done. So we're just gonna split two ends from the point to the flat, and it should cut just like butter. Oh man, Wow, look at that smoke ring, guys. So let's show you the point. And since from earlier, guys, you remember the indication that they came from the packaging, we're gonna cut right down the center. Take a look at that. Wow. Come on, guys. It's bending on itself. This is phenomenal. Look at that smoke ring, guys. Right there. Wow. So it's time for the best part of the entire video, which is what the taste test is. But before we do that, let's do a quick recap of what we've done so far. We did our brisket hot and fast, 19-pound brisket from Walmart that was select style brisket. Man, all we did was trim it down to a 1/4 inch of fat, season it with some salt, pepper, and garlic. Simple as that, guys. And some Pit Boss Java Chop House. Oh man, phenomenal blends of season, because that's gonna be my go-to rust from now on for brisket. I mean, besides Montreal steak seasoning, Java Chop House is my go-to, guys, for beef. Oh man, as you see in the previous clips, we cut it down in the middle. We show you the smoke ring, we show you the tenderness, we show you the bend test, and we show you how juicy it was and moist. Oh man, and that's for a better brisket, right? We did it hot and fast. We smoked it for about 1.5 hours at 400 degrees, and then we wrapped it nice and tightly with butcher's paper, aluminum foil, which is heavy duty aluminum foil. We seasoned it with some Java Chop House. We added some parquet on it just to give it that buttery taste, and then we actually smoked it for a little bit more, or cooked it for a little bit more for another 2 to 3 hours. Man, we got to the internal temperature of 205. And we let it rest for a minimum of 2 hours, guys, and this is the result of everything you're seeing right now. So without further ado, it's time to taste this brisket right now. Man, look at that, guys. Wow. Literally melts in your mouth. I don't care if you have a prime choice, select, or Wagyu type of brisket. If you do it right, show them some love, it's gonna show you some love right back. And this is the end result of it. Oh man. Could have another bite, guys. Oh, see that smoke ring? Wow. It's so good, it makes me want to slap your daddy. Not my daddy, your daddy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. We call this summertime brisket because summertime is around the corner, and we did it hot and fast. Man, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you share this video with all your family and friends. And if you like barbecue and grilling, this is your channel right here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. And until next week, guys, this is Smoking Jazz Barbecue. Peace. Man, I gotta have the other bite. Oh man, look. Oh, and I forgot to show you. This falls apart. Oh. Sorry, guys. You still here? See you next week.